Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Kingdoms Reborn. We are getting to have a little bit of a boomtown, up to 60 people, and we have finally expanded to the northwest, allowing us to hopefully solve our wood problems in winter, although we do need to set up a charcoal burner to do that a little bit more effectively. It's not something I feel comfortable doing right now, and we're having some happiness problems. Some of this is from lacking luxury, some of it is from lacking entertainment buildings, and just generally speaking, well, we are not into a stable situation yet. Our food is okay, but our food consumption is pretty high, and we haven't been able to build more farms as of late, which we will be doing soon. But our other priorities are going to be getting pottery online and improving our beer production, because we have beer tax, which means every house with beer gets +5 gold, and this is making a huge difference in terms of our income, which will allow us to expand all that much quicker. In terms of other things we're doing, we do have stone production going pretty well, and this is feeding stone tools, which will both sustain our workers without penalties, and also allow us to hopefully sell some eventually. Now, there aren't any upgrades for the stone tool shop, which isn't exactly ideal, and it is consuming wood, so this is another drain on our wood economy. It's why I'm not going toward setting up a furniture shop or anything like that. But as we go into mid-autumn, late autumn, we are now getting finally a little bit of a wood stockpile made, and again, chopping down these wild trees. Well, we can grow them back with a forester. We already have one, and we will need another very soon. I have a charcoal burner. I think we're just going to wait and get some wild cards from letting these cards pile up. It's not the best in the long run, but for right now, getting flexible responses to things could be worse. So we're going to try to refrain from buying cards either. We no longer have a hunting lodge, which might have been a mistake, because now of course there are more wild animals roaming around that we could hunt into extinction brutally and meticulously. I mean, definitely not do that, but I don't know, it wasn't really getting us much. It was consuming 2 workers who can otherwise be around as laborers, and, well, I think it's finally time for an episode where I don't have to say, and we're freezing again. So, well, priorities are what they are. We are also getting some medicinal herbs going, and the reason why is we have less medicine now than we'll need for the next calendar year. So unless we had some medicine production up and running, well, we'd be having problems real soon. This does mean, of course, that we're down to only 1 luxury resource, not 2, and because of that, I think we will build first 1 more farm here. I can't do tulips there, but I can make that our substitute medicinal herb patch and switch this one back to tulips for next year. So if they seed this farm in some sort of effective time, we will have our luxury problem taken care of, time to spare. In terms of farms, I want to preserve that roadway, but let's make the rest of this into another wheat farm. The wheat is a mainstay, and breweries, I think, are also one of the secrets to doing well in this game, although I could very easily be wrong. I mean, potatoes and vodka are also very nice. But beer has more bonuses that I've been able to find anyway for improving your economy generally. So we do need some cards here. We're going to sell cooperative fishing. I like a potter and a clay pit, and this is why we built down to the river, although it looks like with the mountain there, there's not quite enough space for me to put down the clay pit. Yeah, we need 1 more tile, as was the case with the sheepfold over on the other side. Speaking of the sheep ranch, though, I think we should get that going, and I think a good spot. Yeah, this isn't going to work because of the sea and the mountains. Well, we could do it here if we move the trading post. That cut off my ability to make a road. So if I take a look, dirt road, yeah, we wouldn't be able to build a road around it. So let's just switch this to here, make it as close as we can to the coast. That way our forester still has maximum effective area for its timber management. Let's upgrade forest towns. We do have 2 foresters, and that should be a nice, cheap upgrade to our productivity. And the sheepfold, when it gets built, will basically provide a little bit of food, and will also start producing wool, which we can later make into clothing, or, you know, priorities permitting, just make it into a lot of cash. So we should probably build a couple more houses. I do have one that still needs construction in the west, but we will need a little bit more. I just don't want to do that until we get this nice other wheat farm under production. We will need a storage yard here, otherwise they'll go all the way down to the other one, so let's set that up. It's okay. And I'm disappointed we can't do anything with this land down here. It's just not enough to be worthwhile. So we're heading into early winter. We have 208 wood in the stockpile. Let's see if it's enough to keep us going, and if it is, then next year we can set up a charcoal burner. That should be more efficient. It's one of those catch-22s, right? You need wood to build a charcoal burner. Your charcoal burner consumes wood, but is more effective at heating, which means you consume less passively. So if you can afford the input cost, then, well, it is worthwhile. We should also, I think, name our town, because I haven't done that. Don't quite remember how to do that. Ah, here it is. And let's see what we should call this. Let's name it, I don't know, Beerville. That seems like a nice theme for what we're going for anyway. Okay. Very well. These are free cycle there. We will need more clay pits eventually. This is not the worst investment. Let's hold on to it. We need 3,200 gold to cross the river. And our wood reserves are holding on, just barely. So we've got 137 left. We're in the middle of winter, and we don't have that much more under construction. I think we might be able to just barely make it, which would be pretty nice. We do need another sustainability book. That's something we should look at upgrading, because in the upgrade tree you can get to them, but first you have to do these two at least once. It's a lot of time for research. And it would be nice to get the charcoal burner improvement once we have one of those going. Well, competing interests, right? A library would be nice. Hauling services are amazing and make everything run way smoother, particularly for smaller buildings. But agricultural revolution would give farm efficiency, which, yeah, that'd be pretty nice. So we have a bunch of competing priorities, and we're going to have to balance them. Beerville is up to 70 people, though, which is pretty nice for us. Oh, that's... we won't starve. We also do need to look at getting some more entertainment buildings. But a second luxury should help with that as well. People are just complaining because all they have is beer. And our production is finally taking off enough that we do have 8 solitary units in stockpile. I think let's go ahead and expand the storage yard here as well. Make people have to walk a little bit less far to accomplish their goals. Going up to 4 more worker slots in the quarry might be a nice thing. We're building so many stone tools that our stone production itself is a little bit challenged. Alright, this is late winter. I think we've survived through it in terms of wood. We're gonna have some problems with medicinal herbs, but that's why we have this other farm. I think that autosave was a bit of a sign, so thank you all for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.